cornerback of the Minnesota Vikings, Byron Murphy. I know he used to play with Arizona. Byron Murphy is solid. Wouldn't be mad if he was on your team. And he basically said that he's tired of all the talk about Detroit and, you know, we gonna see them soon. Look here, Playboy. I don't really understand the hatred for the Lions. Like, you know, I mean, these other teams, like, you should hate the Cowboys. How about that? You should hate the Cowboys. They talk about them 24/7, win, lose, or draw. You know? They talk about them 24/7. Like, I don't really understand. Like, that just lets you know when you ain't supposed to be somewhere, you know, chill. When you ain't supposed to be somewhere and people not expect, you know, they want to keep you in the dweller, keep you in the basement. Like, it ain't like the Taylor Kraft or Tucker Kraft, what's his name? Kraft backs macaroni and cheese in Green Bay. He running his mouth, you know what I'm saying? And then you get the dude in Minnesota, Byron Murphy, running their mouth. It ain't like we ain't whooped y'all ass. That's the crazy shit about it. It ain't like we ain't beat Minnesota in Minnesota. And before Kraft made those comments before we played them Thursday, you know, it wasn't like we didn't whoop them in Green Bay. Like, they shouldn't even have scored a touchdown. They scored a touchdown because of a bone-headed penalty that we never get to see. We never got a chance to see what Amick Robertson did. If Amick Robertson didn't commit the personal foul, they don't even score a touchdown in that first game. You know? And you got people saying, we've seen enough, and we see you again in Green Bay in the playoffs, we're going to beat. And it's hard to beat a team 3 times. I'll say that. It's hard to beat a team. But y'all acting like our whole starting defensive line and some backups wasn't even out. That's the crazy thing. Our whole starting defensive line was out. Two or three of our linebackers was out. So you lost to the D team front 7 of the Detroit Lions. But back to Murphy, that game shouldn't have been close. With Minnesota, that shouldn't even have been a close game. Had David Montgomery not fumbled, we won by 2 scores. So in reality, that game wasn't even close. Know what I'm saying? In reality, that wasn't a close football game. So to run their mouth, we started to talk about all the talk about Detroit and this, that. Hey, look, we tired of hearing about the fucking Cowboys. Whether they 16-0 or 0-16, we tired of hearing about that shit. Talk about some real. No, you know, it ain't like we ain't went to Minnesota and beat y'all ass. That's what I'm tripping on. Like, I can see they say, oh, you tired of talking about Detroit, we gonna see them and y'all ain't played us yet. Okay, cool. They feel like Minnesota is flying under the radar and they not getting the credit that they deserve for what they doing this year. And they said, well, you know, it's really a bridge year for us with Sam Darnold, and wait till we get J.J. McCarthy back. There ain't no telling if J.J. McCarthy, and I love J.J. McCarthy, ain't no telling if he gonna hit or miss. But when you win in football games, like we win in football games, like y'all barely getting past the Jags and the Titans, we blowing the fucking doors off them type of teams. You know? And they did blow the doors off Green Bay, but they let Green Bay come back and almost win that game. So it looked close on paper, and that was Jordan Love's first game back. So I understand the frustration where they feel like, okay, we deserve to, you know, we deserve to get some credibility. We deserve to get some shine. In any other year, we would get shine if the Lions wasn't 12-1. And we 9-2. But we beat y'all. And 2, it's nothing really sexy about how they win in football games. You know, our whole thing was a lot of America is riding with Detroit, you know, because they was able to sympathize with us on Hard Knocks, right? And then the other thing about it is they kicked us when we was down, when Dan Campbell came in, had the press conference, and we bite kneecaps, we doing this, and they laughed. It's just to the point that we have a charismatic, if that's a word, a coach with a lot of charisma, and they laughed at him, and they ain't laughing no more. So So, basically, we have an identity. We have swagger. We got players that people like. You got the Flash and J-Mo. You got the Flash and Jahmyr Gibbs. You got the power back that got the sauce with David Montgomery. So when you start looking at what the Lions bring to the table, you got guys, Brian Branch should be a defensive player of the year candidate, Social Kirby Joseph. I mean, it looks good. You take a guy that was a bad apple to some people in Tampa Bay, and then he turns out to be a good apple in Detroit. A great fit for what they did. What we doing? So, people just want to complain. But I feel it's great. Like any other year, Minnesota would be the toast of the town. But with Kansas City, with Detroit, with Buffalo doing, with the subtraction of Stephon Diggs, it's like Minnesota getting lost. But in reality, that's a good thing. In reality, that's a good thing. In reality, that's a good thing because y'all can just fly under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no expectations, ain't no pressure on y'all. Just fly under the radar and just pop out and show niggas. No Diddy. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. But they feel like, it's a tough division. We going blow for blow. No Diddy is like, haymaker. Even Chicago was a tough football team. Say what you say about Matt Eberflus. They still was out there competing. It's a tough division. Either we gonna beat each other up and wear each other down for the playoffs, or we gonna battle test each other, and we'll be able to go into the playoffs. And it ain't no New York Giants, it ain't no Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying, in our division. And that's another thing about the NFC West. All of them close together. You know what I'm saying? As far as, all of them close together. But they battle testing each other. So, and then you got to shout out to Tampa Bay, because Tampa Bay they're the only team to beat Philly and Detroit. So, you got to understand, Tampa Bay knows something about playing Philly and Detroit, because they was able to shut down Saquon Barkley and, be the man. They was the only team to stop the brotherly shove, what they call it. They stopped that, I think last year on Monday Night Football. They stopped that last year on Monday Night Football. I really need to go to the car wash. I really need to clean my car out. It's a line at the car wash. It's crazy. It's not long. But yeah. But yeah, so, a lot of these dudes just, I feel them. I actually understand, like, damn, you know what, we should be getting more shine. If it wasn't for Detroit, we'd be getting more shine. The hard knocks help, the coach with a lot of charisma helped, and the results is helping. So, like I said, Minnesota is a good football team. Take nothing away from them. Justin Jefferson might not be putting up the great numbers. What's so funny about it is Jordan Addison started complaining about the numbers that he was producing. He wasn't producing, and then they started throwing the ball to him, and he's starting to get big numbers, and now Justin Jefferson not getting the football. So yeah, it's kind of crazy out here, but hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere. Peace.